This was built for me to stay in. So she has to come through my yard to go and bathe and use the washroom. She proceeded to curse me even more inside my own residence, inside my own yard, inside my own property. And she said me she'll pull my lock, she'll kick me, she'll beat me, she'll push me in a fire. I was burning some breadfruit leaves and all this kind of situation. I feel like that is really abuse that I cannot handle.
A landlord's goodwill has taken an unexpected and troubling twist after learning about a young woman who had allegedly suffered abuse at the hands of her boyfriend. The landlord chose to extend a helping hand by offering the woman a small shed on her property as temporary housing. This house is the one seen behind me. However, this act of kindness has since backfired. The tenant, instead of expressing gratitude, has reportedly turned against the landlord, making threats against her life while still residing on the property. The situation has left the landlord in fear and highlights the potential risks of offering assistance without safeguards. Authorities are said to be aware of the situation, but further details remain unclear. Marilyn, the landlord of a property in Kaimaji, alleges that her tenant's boyfriend is abusive and frequently beats the female tenant, whom she tried to help escape. Despite her efforts, the landlord now faces ongoing issues with both the boyfriend and the female tenant, who has been causing disturbances outside her home.
Yesterday, in question, I was at my home and I was watching this van pack right here. The guy got out after a while. He had something like a pliers in his hand. He went to the back of the house. And this morning, I got up and I said, let me just go and look to see what's happening, you know. And I saw the window to the back of the little house is almost falling out. So I'm like, did he really go and mash up the window? I didn't see him do it, but common sense prevails. Like if he got out of the van, he went there, the window was not like that, and then I see it like that. It seems like that's what he went and do.
In a video shared with NBC Prime, Marilyn shows damage to her property, including a broken window, though the tenant claims responsibility, saying she broke it herself. The tenant also defended her boyfriend, arguing that he is innocent of any wrongdoing. Despite these conflicting accounts, Marilyn remains resolute in her decision to evict the tenant, who has been living on the property without a formal contract. She issued an eviction notice in October, requesting that the tenant vacate the premises by the end of November. To date, the tenant has not complied and continues to assert her right to stay.
This is a girl that the guy always beating her up. Her eye always bursts up, her face always bursts up because she's still with this guy, which is not my business. That has nothing to do with me. It's just about my property. I just don't want the guy coming here because he vandalized my property, and that's it.
The ongoing fighting between the tenant and her boyfriend is disturbing other residents, further contributing to Marilyn's frustration. The situation deteriorated when she found that the tenant was intentionally leaving lights on and water running, causing her utility bills to skyrocket.
At the end of the day, I still have to be paying the electricity and the water, and this woman is living in my house for free. This doesn't make sense to me. Like, I don't know what to do.
Marilyn has raised alarming allegations against her tenant and the tenant's boyfriend, claiming they may have engaged in black magic rituals on her property. The situation took a bizarre turn when the landlord discovered what she believes to be evidence of black magic: an egg buried under a green fig tree in her yard, and most disturbingly, a headless black rooster buried in one of her garden tires.
What I have been experiencing on my property as well since those people have been here, I'm not saying they're the ones doing it because I didn't see who do it, but I have a strong feeling with the chicken that the boyfriend did it. It's a chicken with black feathers, no head, buried in my tire where I make my kitchen garden. And then we had an egg that we found in a whole egg. Chickens don't dig holes to lay eggs. And the egg was underneath a dying banana tree that I was uprooting to replant another tree. And that same guy had found an egg on his sister-in-law's property buried in the sand. So we don't know what's going on in the area because the guy himself was so terrified because he had found that egg by his sister-in-law like maybe the week before, and then to come and dig a hole that has a banana tree in it and take the shovel, and while it's coming up it has an egg in the hole and a whole egg.
Marilyn's patience has worn thin. She is no longer willing to tolerate the ongoing disrespect and disruption and is now actively seeking a resolution to end the tenancy and restore peace to her property. The Embassy Prime team met with the tenant but declined to participate in an on camera interview. However, the tenant stated that the landlord is making false accusations against her. Chloe Dantes, NBC Prime.